Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Going out for qualifying for a Tour Mod Tour Mod Open Series race here at Bristol for week 4. Gonna try to put in a good lap time, try to see if I can get myself towards the front. Unfortunately, just missed out on making the top split in the second split and car number 2 in it, so just fell short of being able to make top split, which is unfortunate because I feel like I've got a decent setup that easily could have contended up front. So just got to make do with the split, see if I can make the most out of it, and just see if my lap times, would have compared to what the top guys are running. Even if I can't make it, that'll make me happy. So right now, sitting on pole. Took me a little while to figure out how to get the car off the track, and you can see it still probably was bottoming out in qualifying. You're running almost so wide open here that it ends up loading up the car really bad into the banking with the forces, and tends to drag it quite a bit. So it was definitely a challenging setup. Once I figured out one adjustment, it was certainly a lot better, but overall, was a bit puzzling for me at first. So definitely got to drive the car on edge. Lap times do fall off with how hard you have to drive it. It definitely does tighten up. So I don't think it's anywhere near quite to the extent of how you have to set up the advanced legends in order to be good at the middle to end of the run. But you definitely got to run the thing loose up front and watch out that you don't come in too fast or get on the throttle too hard getting out of the corners. It's really easy to lose it on entries and exits. It's definitely going to be a bit different than what you saw in the ARCA race, in that I will be running the bottom almost the entire time, maybe gravitating up a little bit to the midline through the middle of the run, depending on how long the runs go if we don't have any cautions. But it is certainly not going to be the top side exclusively like the ARCA was. Bottom's going to be the fastest, just trying to get it around the shortest line possible through the corners. So going to jump in, get gridded up. Nice to grab a pole. Again, this is probably a pretty weak strength of field if I'm, around 2300 and am car number 2. So shouldn't really be too big of a problem. But again, this, it's going to be kind of all about some learning for me. Can get some data in, and hopefully everybody here is able to keep it clean, and we can get a good long 80 lap run in and not have to worry about any cautions. The one race I did happen to ghost and check out to see sort of where my setup was starting out at. I think that one only had 2 cautions in it, so and one of them happened like right off the start. So I'm really hoping that we can keep it clean and have a decent race. Let's see, there are 14 cars in this, 10 turn times, so just gonna try to make the most of it. It's not gonna be, if I'm able to have a good race, it's not gonna be a massive iRating win, compared to if I had like a top 5 or something in the top split. But hopefully can get through it pretty well. Honestly, with my pace, if I'm anything less than second or third, I'll be pretty disappointed with that. Barring anybody doing something stupid and like taking me out or something. But lots of stuff can happen. 80 laps is a long time here at Bristol, even though if we stay green it'll go fairly quick. But just gonna try to make the most of it. Hopefully get you guys something to enjoy. Kind of having fun getting back into these and building setups, so I'm just gonna try to take advantage of what I feel like I've learned for this one and do the best I can with it. So pace car's pulling off, just gonna take off now, try to get a good start. Outside 14 got a pretty good start, so not sure if he's going to be that much faster. Going to let him go. He's just absolutely gone, so might have a different gear. He might be set up to be a lot faster on the front, or he could just be that much quicker. We'll have to find out and see how his tire wear ends up being compared to mine. So you can see car's definitely loose on the start. Got the 11 coming up the track. Had to avoid him. Kind of disrupted the line a little bit through 3 and 4. I may be under siege to start, we'll see. Car takes about 4 to 5 laps to come in, and then it starts getting a lot more comfortable after that. So 10 car behind had an issue. 14 gets way loose on the front stretch. That's going to allow me to close up quite a bit. Draft is definitely something that comes into play here. It's pretty tough to get by people if they don't make a mistake, although the 14 is making quite a few mistakes, so I try to get to his inside and see if I can just take the position the way through 1 and 2.
Still there. Hold your line.
He comes down, makes contact with me. Hopefully should be able to clear him relatively soon and try to start pulling away. See if I can just start pulling away. Unfortunately, iRacing did assign 4X to me out of that, so I got to be careful not to get any more. I'm trying to get back to some 0X oval races if I can, but I don't know, that was kind of hard. I probably came up in just as much as he came down, so have to check the replay after the race and see what happened there, but don't think it really harmed the car too much in terms of pace, so just going to move on from that, keep running, try to click off some laps. You can see very, very, very early on into this race, only 8 down and 82 to go, or excuse me, 72 to go. Pulling away from the 14, I feel like it was probably one of those he might have been set up to be a little bit faster right off the start, whereas my car takes, like I said, 5 to 7 laps or so to come in, so just gotta hope now that I'm not gonna fall off as hard as he is, and hopefully it stays green if I've got the pace to be faster of him, and we can just try to pick up an easy win. Just picking up a little bit there, looked like it was maybe a 10th faster that lap. So if I could do that every lap, that would be great for sure. Well, it looks like it's about 2/10, so big gap between the 14 and the 10 behind. So really no pressure at all from anybody. Just gonna probably get into some slower traffic eventually. Just gonna focus on running my line. Unfortunately, we get a caution, so that's gonna bring the 14 back together. Have to see how it goes. For anybody that was cutting it a little close on fuel, this will probably put them in a good position now. I added an extra gallon more than I needed, so probably could have gotten away without it, but no big deal. It will bring the 14 closer. But I feel like if we can get a longer run, if we don't have one of these in the last like 4 or 5 laps, I've definitely got the pace to get by him. So just gonna have to try to see if I can time the jump a little bit better than him on the restart to see if I can pull away and hopefully be able to clear him. So wishing we could have gotten it all green. I know that might have been boring for you guys if I had continued to pull away from the 14, but it would have been a lot easier on my part if that could have happened. So Q-bar is running just a little bit worse than I want it to. Hopefully not having any blinking issues, although it seems like everybody's pretty stable, so would assume it's okay. I know there's been some issues on and off the last few days. Not sure if it's with my router equipment here that the ISP gave me, or if it's actual ISP service issues. So hopefully it doesn't affect me. See if it can just keep me connected, because I would hate to waste what potentially could be a very good run in this. Again, even for a top split. So just have to see. Do the best that I can. But just slowly clicking off laps here. Unfortunately, did get the caution, didn't want to see that, but I'll try to make the most of it. So yeah, this is my first race for week 4. Gonna try to run these as much as I can on one of the first 2 time slots on Monday to open the week, as long as I can have enough time to get a setup built and feel comfortable with the car and the line and everything. Don't know if I'll be able to get in a place for points, although I've never really worried too much about points in terms of trying to contend for a championship or anything. Like if I ran well and collected points and moved up, that was great, but it was never focused for me. I've always been focused on trying to improve lap times, driving techniques, I rating, safety rating, that kind of stuff. So the points are kind of just an afterthought, but if I'm able to end up running the rest of the weeks and have 8 weeks count that are that are decent that I can try to get there. That would be great, but you know, again, that's just an afterthought. But enjoying getting back into the modifieds, both the SK Open and the Tour Open now. It's
Okay, Jake.
something I ran for a while and then kind of stopped for a season or two, and kind of have some fun getting back into them. So gonna get ready to go back to green this time by. We'll be restarting the lap 19, so we'll have 62 to go. So just a little bit more than 3/4 of the race left to go. Again, try to do the best that I can to see if I can get a little bit of a better jump on the 14 this time to be able to clear him going into 1 and not have to contend with quite so much pressure like I had off the initial start. May think about waiting a little longer.
Green flag, we're racing.
That's what I needed to happen. Tried to time it and jumped it way too early. Had to bail on the brakes. I didn't do anything wrong there. Just kept a consistent pace. So that's exactly what I needed to have happen. Probably should have been protecting the bottom line on the backstretch there, but he drove it into hard, lost it. One's worked his way up now, so we'll see if the one actually has anything for me, or if he doesn't, we're gonna get a quick caution. Fortunately, I think this is kind of the problem with bottom split. Sometimes you happen to get this a little more, so don't think the one's gonna be quite so bad to have any problems with the restart. 4 looks like he's under power, got a bad engine, so not sure if he was the cause of the caution or if something else happened, but hopefully if he was, we can get him off the track and get a shot at a green. Didn't even get 3/4 of a lap in before we had the caution, so 14 is going to be behind us now, which is going to be a little bit of an interesting dynamic that did not have prior. Gonna see how that'll go on the restart, but hey, these are laps that I'm getting to lead. More importantly, these are clean laps to try to offset that 4x, and as well as try to slowly build up some 0x laps and see if I can get the safety rating back up. If I can gain half a tenth or a tenth in this one, I'll be happy with that, given the 4x really early on. Looks like the 4 did disconnect, so hopefully if he was the only cause of the caution, that will allow us to run green. Other downside to this, though, is if I'm having connection issues and it's a timing thing, the more we run, the more I run into it. I'd like to get the race done faster so I don't have to deal with those, but I'm not seeing any blinking in the mirror or anything like that, so far I'd say it's not really affecting too much. And on the other side, even if it was happening, there's not really much I can do. So minute 2 to go this time. We are going to be restarting on 25, so we'll have 76 to go. Or excuse me, 56 to go. Sorry, I'm trying to turn this into a 100 lap race. I could use all the laps I could get to try to keep the safety rating going in the correct direction, but yeah, nice to be out to the front, I guess. The SK race was a pretty weak field, really weak field actually. Might honestly be weaker than this one. We'll have to see, but it was nice to do pretty good in that one and get a win in that. Led most of the race, got a fortunate break with the wreck that happened off the start. If you haven't seen that one, definitely go check that out. But hopefully this one can kind of turn that way. Not sure if the one's going to have pace for me or what he's going to be able to do on the initial start. May run like half a lane down or a lane down on the backstretch this time if I'm able to retain the lead, just to kind of protect that way. Definitely got to watch for the 14 driving in aggressively and possibly diving low. Not sure if that'll cause any problems, so just going to see if I'm going to vary the jump this time.
Green, let's go.
Didn't get the worst start, not the best start. I figured the one would be hard to jump too much. 14 is going to be a little bit more iffy on that. Still going to take it easy. Not sure if the tires cooled all the way down, but one gets into me. Unfortunately, I get assigned the 4X for that. And he gets into the wall. Looks like he gets into 14. He's going to fall back. Everybody's able to avoid him. They're now 2x2, or were 2x2. 14 is able to clear that. I think that was the 7 that got into the wall back there out of turn 4. So I'm not sure if I came down into the 1 or if he came up into me. iRacing assigned the blame to me. I'll definitely take a look after the race and see what happened. And if that was on me, I will probably apologize for it. We get another caution. Did not see what happened, but yeah, I mean, I feel bad for what that might have created, but I don't know. I mean, seems like he might have come up, so it's hard to say. See if that was not the one that disconnected. That was the 7 that disconnected. He was the one that ended up, I think, getting loose besides it and smacked the wall out of turn 4. I think that might have been a continuation of what happened. So gonna have the 14 back to the outside for the restart. We'll see if we can get him again, if he's gonna try to jump it or if he's gonna wisen up and lay back a little bit. Sorry for all the cautions. Wish they wouldn't be this way. Fortunately, with that 4X, I think I'm probably going to be losing safety rating in this one, although I don't know how much I can do about both of them. Take a look, certainly afterwards, at both of them and see if they were both my fault or if they were racing deals or, you know, what they were. It's just kind of how it's been going right now if it wasn't my fault, so yeah, just forgetting about it right now. Gonna try to run everybody cleaner than I had. You know, do the best that I can to avoid contact, but you know, certainly can't just give up the entire track for somebody that's, you know, running crazy aggressive diving in or anything like that. I think the one just got the draft and dove way to the inside. The draft definitely does have some effect here for sure. I mean, I think you can, if you've got a better setup, you can just flat out stay out ahead of somebody. And you know, pull away from the draft, kind of like you saw I was doing the 14 off that initial run. But the draft definitely can play into it. So I'm not sure if the one able to pull the draft and then you know, cut down a little bit earlier than I did. Maybe I need to try to enter a little bit tighter, guard the middle to bottom a little bit better off the start. Try to protect against that, and then if they drive into me, that's just, you know, it's gonna be how my racing luck's been. But definitely review both of those afterwards and see what I can improve on. So, got the one back in fifth, so he'll be restarting 2 rows behind me. Not sure if I'll have the pace to get back up to the front, and if he does, if he's going to want to be going for a little bit of revenge and, you know, not afraid to put the bumper to us. Just have to see. Going to be approaching halfway here relatively soon. Hopefully we can hit it under green and get a run in the rest of the race, not have these quick successive cautions. They are great for leading and in theory getting 0x laps, but I really kind of wanted to run under green and get to see what the setup was going to do. Feel like I got a good setup and really want the shot to try to lay down a decent lap, so kind of frustrating to be here, but you know, only so much I can do as well. And again, you know, you got the connection thing that doesn't pick it back up to 100. I would obviously love to get out of this race as quickly as possible and try to get the win. So, gonna be restarting again on the inside. We'll be restarting on lap 34, so we will have 47 to go, just under halfway. Just gonna try to keep a consistent pace here so that I can't get protested for slowing down or changing the pace at all. And if the 14 does his jump thing, I'll kind of let him go for a minute and I'll pick it up so he has to slam on the brakes and I can, you know, be accelerating at that point in time. So the 10, I'm sure, will be able to follow behind me with whatever I do, but you know, he seemed to be fairly clean most of the race. So gonna wait to see what the 14 does. Probably just gonna wait a little bit.
Green flag.
Kind of did the same thing again. Able to get a little bit of a jump, not as big as the last one. He didn't get quite out as far, but I would figure he would have learned. You can see the 10's running all the way to the bottom, just had to protect that inside. Unfortunately, that kind of killed my momentum down the backstretch. The 14's able to get a run on the outside. He comes down off the wall, it looks like. Not sure if he was actually on the wall or if he just cut down. He's going to be running side by side with the 10. You got the 1 and the 3 back there as well, battling for 4th and 5th, so looks like the 10's upside down, or excuse me, the 1 might be the one upside down. Still cannot get green flag laps in. Super frustrating. Yeah, so gonna have the 10 on the outside for this time. 14, not sure what happened with him and the 1. That's, I think, what happened there. We'll have to take a look at that afterwards as well. Certainly was not of my doing at all for once, and nothing that I caused, but holy crap, everybody's flying to the inside, trying to get to the bottom and inside of me as much as they can. I think everybody might have my pace figured out in that I'm a little bit slower off the start than them, and they know that that's probably their only shot to get by me. But I don't know. I mean, that's just could be how it is. Like I said, it was 2 cautions in the other one, and I don't think it was... I mean, guys were definitely aggressive with it being the top split and a decent top split, but I don't think everybody was going this nuts. They definitely didn't have this many cautions, so I'm sure this is a product of the strength of field, which is unfortunate. I don't want you guys to see a caution fest. You know, super frustrating, but just trying to make the most of it. If you guys, you know, want to fast forward, I completely understand. I'm gonna, starting this week going forward, I'm gonna start putting timestamps in for when the restarts are, so that way, if you want to fast forward me rambling and riding under caution, you know, you can see all the green flag racing or whatever green flag racing there is, and hopefully make the video a little bit more enjoyable for you guys, a little bit more bearable. I know this is not fun, and trust me, this is not fun for me to be pacing under caution this much. I don't even know how many cars we have left running. It's super frustrating. Looks like it might be 6 on the track right now out of the 14, so it's definitely pretty frustrating there. Yeah, it might be a little more than 6. Might actually be 6. It might actually be 6. We'll see who's all left on pit road and who got off of pit road. Yeah, I don't know. We'll definitely have to check out the contact behind and see what happened there. I just saw him going 2x2, and then I saw what I assumed was the 1 flipping in the air, which looks like it because the 3 is running in 3rd. So
pace car is out.
Continue along with him.
Closed.
It's just what it is. So looks like we are going to have 7 cars running, including the 12, I believe. I think that was the 12 that's lap down. Just kind of checking up a little bit. Gonna pull up. Yeah, 12's out there. He's a lap down. Not sure if I did not happen to see if the 14 disconnected. So gonna be halfway done here. When we get the 1 to go, we'll be 40 down, 40 to go. So we'll be restarting on 42 and have 39 to go. Not sure what the 10 is going to be like on the outside for the restart. Have not restarted next to him yet. And no idea what the 3 is going to be like. Not sure what kind of pace he even has. So just going to try to do the same thing. You know, right after the pace car pulls off, feel out the 10, see if he's looking like he has the tendency to jump, or if he's gonna hang in line, and I'm just gonna need to go, you know, a little bit faster. So just have to see how it is, and try to do the best that I can to pull away, continue to secure the lead, and have a good shot at it. It's gonna go. Look like the 10 was not
green, let's go.
Going too early, so wasn't able to trap him that way, although he got what I would consider to be more of a traditional outside line restart. Not very good. He's just got a massive run down the backstretch, so not sure if that's gearing, if that's the setup, if that's the draft, but he's definitely putting the bumper to me now, so he's going to have to try to defend the middle to the bottom as long as I can until my tires start to build up temp and pressure. See if my pace is any better, or if he's that much quicker. He's definitely not afraid to get into the back of me, so hopefully I'm able to start pulling away now. Looks like got a little bit 3, kind of keeps ducking around, but got the temps up a little bit, pressures are built up a little bit, starting to pull away now, so hopefully we can just keep it green for the rest of the race with how little cars we have on the track, and I can just pull away and try to secure this win. Although, you know, it doesn't help when I drive into the wall like that, so completely unforced error on my part. Hopefully didn't damage the car. Almost up to a 2nd lead, so we'll see how it builds up. 1.0 at the line.
The lap time was at 30.88.
Don't think I should really be running into too many lap cars anytime soon, but just gonna have to see. 4/10 gain that time, so just under a 1.5 seconds, so definitely got the pace to pull away. So I would love to see this thing go green the rest of the way, just to not have to worry about any more restarts. See, it was just under 4/10 that time by, so not sure if I'll fall off any faster than them, but my guess would be if they were that quick off the start and then falling back, you know, compared to me, then I don't think I'll be falling off that hard. It seems to be about a consistent 3 to 4/10 a lap faster, so gonna have the 6 eventually be catching up to him.
Okay, Jake, there's a car exit in the pits, heads up.
Looks like the 5 is coming back onto the track. 6 is about 5 seconds ahead, so maybe another, let's see what it is, probably about 8 laps or so should get to him, as long as we stay under green. Just absolutely blown away from the 10, so you know, as long as I can just get by lap traffic with no problem and keep it out of the wall, should be a win. Again, weak strength of field, so hopefully I can be building up iRating throughout the week, so that next time I run tour mods can try to get to the top split and you know, really get to contend against the guys that I want to measure up against and ultimately try to beat if I can. This is, I guess, nice for the stats, you know, for finishing position. Maybe it'll be a decent iRating game, but you know, I'd rather run against the fastest guys and get beat by them than you know, run against a group of slower guys and pull away. That's just kind of my philosophy. I feel like, you know, when you're a big fish in a little pond, you don't learn anywhere near as much as when you're a little fish in a big pond and you're trying to, you know, fight to survive and make it. So that's just kind of my philosophy, how I see. Although it is nice to, you know, obviously get a win. So 5 goes low, thank you to him. Wish he would have stayed high, but I caught him so quick that he didn't think I was going to get to him that fast. So able to navigate around him. I kind of saw that and just decided to go high. So going to be approaching lap 60 in a few more laps. So shortly going to be 3/4 of the way done. Seems like as long as everybody can keep it together, we should be able to finish green. Again, not many cars left on the track, so no reason why we should have a ton of stuff, although it looks like the 10 and 3 are pretty close and still battling. So maybe a decent battle back there that, I don't know, could possibly cause a caution or not. Really can't even see them in the mirror anymore, which makes me happy. You know, we're almost half a lap ahead of them. So given that gap, I obviously would love it to stay green. I don't want to, you know, have to run into another restart and try to fend off, you know, all the contact I was doing with the 10. Probably will get to the 6 at some point before the end of the race, but you know, depending on when I approach him, it may not even be worth trying to get around. They just drop the pace down and ride behind him. We'll have to see.
6.9 seconds.
And we get a freaking caution. Big wreck up here. Looks like 3 cars involved. And yeah, that's not at all what I wanted to see. Not at all. Man, it had an absolutely massive gap. And of course, that's going to allow the 10 to close right back up. And I'm going to have to battle off another restart and try to stay away from all the contact. So I don't understand how with 7 or 8 cars out on the track, we could not keep it clean. Super frustrating. Super frustrating. See, especially when we've got 2 cars a lap down that were involved in that wreck, and then the next one is the 12 behind who is 17 laps down.
Pits are open.
Yeah, super frustrating. Super frustrating. Let's see if the 8 is out on the track, so that should leave, I believe, 5 cars on the lead lap. 6 car went by. We'll check that out. Okay, so the 6 was able to get ahead of the 12. Yeah, he was the one that I was approaching. So, yeah, that's going to leave 4 cars on the lead lap. So I guess worst case, if I happen to get dumped and don't really damage the car too bad, the worst I can fall back to is 4th. Although anything less than a win at this point is definitely going to be frustrating. So, yeah, we'll have to see how that restart goes. The 10 was definitely hyper aggressive with the bumps off the last restart. So, and of course now I've got the key bar on the other side having issues. This is just not my night. Not my night.
Full course yellow. Pits are
Hopefully it's good enough to still count. I would hate to be losing the lead on something stupid like that. That, you know, I can control, but I can't control. Seems like I've been having all the gremlins lately, unfortunately.
We're under caution. Pits are closed.
Just not the best luck lately in terms of equipment stuff that I can kind of control but can't control. Gonna be getting the one to go. Looks like as of right now it's still counting me, but not really sure. Just gonna ride it out, try to finish the race out, and just happen to see, you know, the results. What happens, unfortunately, if I'm disconnected and not with anybody. I'll finish pretty far back, probably, you know, somewhere around 8th or so. But I mean, I'm not seeing anybody blink, so hopefully it's staying connected.
All right, Jake, get ready. Race will resume at the
We'll
end
be going
of this
back
lap.
to green on lap 68, so we'll have 13 to go. Hopefully, can just try to get a restart that's a little bit better than the last one, get a little bit further away from the 10. Again, I'm assuming he's going to use the draft to his advantage if he can get behind me, although the 3 may be pushing a little bit harder. Not sure what was all entailing in their side-by-side battle. Just hopefully I can get away from both of them, not get turned, keep going straight, and hopefully finish under green, try to get the win. Tried to catch the 10 again, sounded like he was starting to accelerate, so try to get away. I think the other thing that might be happening too is I might be using a bit taller of a gear than some of them, so they're able to get going. You can see the 10 just made an absolutely massive run down the backstretch and pulled to the inside, so just kind of had to give him the inside just to see if I could pull away on the high side out of 4. Was able to do that, thankfully. Back up to the front. It's got to be gear or something that's allowing them to restart so quick compared to me, but then fall back so fast as well. So seems like the laps are still counting. Looks like the upload side of the Q bar is a little bit better. Download side obviously is still having problems. Not at 100, but just need to get through this race and hope that it counts. So 10 to go. We're going to be approaching the line to get 9 to go. Hopefully you can just cruise the rest of the way. Pulling away big time again from 10, but you know, just gonna push the pace right now. Again, I mean, I feel like I'm running like 95%. I feel like I'm not running my absolute hardest that I could, but you know, running hard enough that I can stay in front of them. Although you can see I run it too hard and happen to stare down and drive it into the wall, so that's done me. Thankful that both times did not get any incident points, so kept me at this 8x, but definitely unforced errors I need to clean up if I want to be able to move up to that next level and compete with the top split guys. Always something I can learn from a race, even if I do drive without any incidents or any problem. There are always mistakes I'm going to be making that I can look at and try to clean up. So starting lap 75, got 6 to go. Just going to bring it down off the wall a little bit so I don't make that error, since I've got enough pace to stay out front and there's no reason to cut it that close anymore. Got 5 to go. Hopefully able to lead the rest of the way. Won't see as much tire wear as I would have had we gotten, you know, a long green flag run in. So it'll be a little bit tougher for me to evaluate the tires, but you know, it shouldn't be too bad overall. Quickly approaching the 5. If I can get by him, it's probably worth it, because I don't know if I can give up enough. He just pulls down way to the bottom, so I guess for getting out of the way on the straightaway, that was probably the best way to do it, so thank you to him. Huge lead over the 10, so nothing to worry about. 2 to go, no reason why we should not be able to cruise to the win. If we do happen to get a caution at this point, it will be ending under caution, although I would just love to have it finish under green. Going to be coming this time by to get the white flag. 4.3 second lead over the 10. Nothing to worry about that way. Looks like the 3 actually might have just gotten by the 10. And able to bring it home in P1. So nice to get another win in a modified series. Hate that it's a weaker strength of field, but you know, just got to do the best that I can with what I've dealt and make the most out of it. So feels nice to definitely have had the pace and by far had the quickest car. Hopefully it was good enough to would have been able to contend with top split guys. So gonna jump out. Let's take a look at the incidents and see what happened there. Start at lap 1. Alright, so we got the 14 on the outside. Let's see here, we got the 13 who's going to get the wall out of turn 2. Yep, gets the wall, rides it all the way down the backstretch, gets into the turn 3 wall. Got 10 who's going to get the wall out of turn 2 as well. That was, I guess, a little more commonplace to do it than me getting it in the middle of the straightaways. Got the 8. Gotta get the wall out of turn 4. Yep, gets a little loose, gets the wall with the right rear, and then comes down on the 1. Not sure if there was any netcode there, if that was just an avoidance by the 1. We've got the 4 is gonna get netcoded by the 7. The 7 dove it in on the inside and force. I think that brought out the first caution. 4 off the restart's gonna lose it off of turn 4. 6 is gonna lose it down the front stretch. Washes up into the 12. 12 gets a hold of him. Eight. Gonna get loose out of 3 and 4. Gets into the wall. Alright, so let's back it up and see this one. This is a little bit further back. So he's getting a run. He's going to cut down to try to cross over on me. And this is where we're going to go into the corner. I kind of saw this and started to come down. So that one is definitely, from the line side, is more on me. Let's take a look at that from the top view and see if we actually made contact. I believe we did. Back it up. And see, I mean, I was definitely coming down what I was trying to defend. Probably should have just conceded that and give it to him. Yeah, a little bit of contact. And that just with that back bar clipping the right front just, you know, got him enough upset and caused that. So feel really bad about that one. Did not intend to have that happen at all. Get back here, get zoomed back out, try to look a little more of this going forward. So yeah, that was contact with the 1, and then he washes up, gets hit by the 14, and that causes him to get in the wall, and the 3 and the 10, or 3 and the 14 get together, or excuse me, yeah, 3. So we'll get back to the next ones, and then we'll go back and see 7 and 1 running side by side. Netcode there between the 7 and 1. It's him getting into the wall. 5, I believe, is going to blow up here. 14. Going to get off the wall. 14 is going to get into the wall again, I believe. Whoa, I don't know what just happened there. Wow. That was when he lost it in front of the 1. So he's going into turn 4, and it just, like, rips right around. Like, it's like something just snapped him loose right in front of the 1. There was nothing the 1 could do there, and that was going to send the 1 up into the wall. Yeah, no idea what happened there. No idea what happened there. That one's weird for sure. Yeah, I am not sure what happened on that one. It's like, I don't know, prediction code just kicked him sideways or something. That's really weird. 10 and the 11 are running side by side. 10 gets up into the 11 and sends him up into the wall. There's the 11 going sideways, drills the 9, which brings out a caution. Six. It's like he almost blew up or just shut it down or ran out of gas or something, but he wasn't stumbling. That's the end. So let's go back and take a look at the beginning. I want to see what happened with the 14 and me off of the start, because the 14 got away. All right, let's see if it happened. I don't remember if it happened here or not. I don't know if that was the spot that it happened. I don't remember, because you had the issue there. I think that might have been the spot where it happened. Let's see. Unless it happened off of this restart. So I didn't think it did. I thought I had pulled away by quite a bit on this one. So we got another caution. We got the 1. Yeah, I'm not sure where that happened. So if you remember where it was, feel free to leave feedback or comments. Let me know. But yeah, the one with the 1 that was on me. I probably should have just stayed high, let him have the inside line, and then tried to just hold him off. I probably was quicker. Probably didn't need to come down on block. So that one was definitely on me. So 4x out of the 8x is on me. The other 4x don't think was, but I can't find that incident. So if it was any of the ones that happened early with the 14, that was definitely netcode. So take a look at the results. Hopefully not too much of a safety rating loss. Should see a somewhat decent iRating gain unless it was really that bad of a strength of field. 1812, so not as bad as the SK1, definitely still low. Unfortunately, it was actually second of 3 splits, so fastest lap by quite a bit, 778 to looks like a 911 was the next quickest one. So the one was a 975, so I was 2 tenths quicker than him. Definitely probably could have given the one the inside line and not ever pushed that edge. So if he's out there, Tyler, if you're out there, I'm really sorry about that. Did not mean to get into you that way. That was completely on me. Just gotta, try to understand why my car's that much quicker and give a little bit more off the runs and not block quite so hard. So I learned a little bit more as the race went on to defend the inside line, and defend the low to mid and the straightaways instead of giving up that much. So that was completely my fault. But you can see it was also not the cleanest races. Nobody got away without less than a 4x out of it. So able to gain 73 iRating, so almost to 2400, and 0.20 somehow still on safety rating. So slowly working my way back up. Might take a little longer to get back to a license, but just positive gains. Trying to do the most I can with it. The 8x is not something I'm proud of, but just trying to learn and get as better as I can, as safe as I can, but as quick as I can, run respectable. I want people to not fear me when they see my name in the lobbies and be like, oh, hey, that kid's great to run around. I enjoy racing with him. It's good hard racing. So feel free to leave any of your feedback, analysis, anything, just in general. Love hearing from you guys, any questions, stuff like that. Hopefully you guys are enjoying these tour mod races. Sorry for all the cautions. Tried to make the most of it, so glad you guys got to see another win, and hopefully keep moving on to top splits, try to get a little faster, try to get a little more competitive, get you guys some even better races out of it. So stay tuned for more races. Remember to like and subscribe, and until the next one, hopefully all your laps are fast, your races are clean, and your finishes are good. Thanks for watching.